So how does it work? There's a 4-step process. The first step is to sign a purchase agreement. And basically, this agreement says that microenergy credits will purchase 100% of the carbon offsets from the microfinance bank. And there is no upfront transaction cost or minimum project size that the microfinance bank has to meet. The next step is product marketing. This is where the microfinance bank really has to get out in the community and with its clients and market the clean energy technologies. And this is actually much harder than it looks, but I've put down here some of the best practices. We've worked with a number of clients. They are extremely innovative in how they market these products. It's quite different from bank to bank, but some key practices that are successful are engaging the women and the local community to adopt the clean energy technologies, and also to support local job creation. So, for example, Gurmian Shakti now has a staff of over 500 employees, and it's really a job creation program because it's creating employment for people who are marketing energy systems, they're maintaining them, they're educating people within the community about the benefits of these systems and ways in which they can use energy to improve their lives. The third step is to receive the carbon revenues. And so the way it works is that the microfinance bank provides us the data on the clients that have purchased clean energy systems. We conduct a third-party audit using a local in-country auditor. And then the revenues, we send the revenues to the microfinance bank, and they can use the revenues for purposes such as hiring their own project manager. They can expand their marketing and reach more clients with clean energy, client education and awareness, technical assistance, that's a big one. So many of these banks need capacity building. They can use it for those fees. Or they can lower interest rates and principal costs or fund ongoing customer service. These are just some of the examples. And then the last step is to monitor the clean energy systems. So monitoring is a really important part of the process, and that's because the carbon offset is created when the client starts to use the clean energy system, the solar energy system, and they stop using kerosene, for example. But if the solar energy system breaks after 1 year and the client goes back to kerosene, there's no more carbon offset. That is why we require the microfinance banks to monitor the systems on a quarterly basis. Additionally, we require the banks to provide us the GPS location of each of the energy systems so that we have complete transparency into where the systems are and so that we can easily audit them. Microenergy Credits has developed a technology that uses mobile phones and GPS devices so that the microfinance loan officers who already have a route, they have a field route traveling from house to house collecting the loan payments and monitoring the loans while they are on their route, they can actually provide us the data about the status of the energy system at the same time. So what we're really trying to do is reduce the bureaucracy while maintaining an extremely high level of rigor and transparency about the quality of the carbon offsets. And so here's an example of some of the products that Microenergy Credit supports. Solar lights of different sizes, efficient cook stoves, and biogas digesters. You can see that I've listed here the cost of these different technologies. Now it varies widely according to which supplier they have, what country they're in, and then also the value of the carbon offset in terms of how many tons of carbon is offset by each individual system, and then the total carbon payment that bank is going to receive. So there's some data right there. It varies quite extensively, but what you can see is that, the carbon finance is a source of co-financing. It typically does not cover the whole cost of the energy product. This has to be a product that the client wants to purchase. But But it does turn out to be a very significant source of co-financing, as seen by the fact that many microfinance institutions have been interested in incorporating this as one source of finance, among others, to catalyze their clean energy programs. And so, in conclusion, I just want to say that, the cap and trade markets are creating a really unprecedented opportunity. And it's, with microfinance banks, it's really an opportunity to potentially eliminate energy poverty as a fact of life right now. And what I would really love to see is, through awareness building and catalyzing the microfinance banks of the world, really making clean energy choices the standard choice for the whole population of people that are coming out of poverty in the next decade and moving into middle class. And being able to see that population actually leapfrog us in terms of their energy usage choices. And really shifting to a clean energy path as sort of an integral part of their journey out of poverty.